の谷間の暗闇に
Irvingman.
キラリと光る光の目
Irvingman.
安らぎ
In any multi-episode series like this, it has to happen sooner or later. You know how much I enjoy this show. It would have been nice if some American producers had chatted with the special effects people and gotten a better handle on how to do the spider stuff before they started making movies. But as we know, eventually relying on CGI was easier and cheaper. Who cares how it looked? But even the best series is going to have an episode now and then that just doesn't measure up to the standards we've come to expect. The effects are perfect. The action is excellent. The story is an important one. The premise, frankly, it stretches me to the breaking point. Let's find out why.
Ienakiko tachi ni ai no gakuen wo.
A school of love for children without homes. In other words, an orphanage. It's called Big Sky Academy, even though it's not in Montana. And right now, Takeo Yamashiro is playing with the kids.
Yamashiro 家の兄弟は新子が園長の美里の後輩であったことから大空学園の子供たちとは友達であった。
Shinko sure has a lot of friends scattered hither and thither. Misao runs the academy and loves pouring herself out for these children who otherwise have nothing.
Ya, minna, genki datta kai?
Goro san.
どうしたんだよみんな、そんな顔して。こっちへ来いよ。
Okay, who's Goro and why are they all so nervous around him? The kids aren't nervous for long when they discover he has presents for all of them. He hands them out, but saves one for Misao.
わあ、素敵ね。五郎さん。
いいんだよ、金ならいくらでもあるんだ。今度はピアノを給するよ。そしてその次にはこの学園を建て替えるんだ。おいみんな、この学園をマンションみたいにぶっ立ってやるぞ。
え、本当？先生、よかったね。やったー。
Thing is, last month he didn't have all this money. He was in the process of going bankrupt. He graduated from this place and went out into the world, but wasn't doing so well. So what happened? But the mystery deepens. At home, Hitomi is sporting a bunch of new jewelry, a new handbag, the works. It seems an old school chum of hers also suddenly came into a big pot of money and decided to share with her.
へえ。じゃあ遺産でも入ったのかしらね。まさか。そんないいうちのボンボンじゃないのよ。つい一月前までは質屋通いしてたのよ。
一月前に会った時は働いてたお店が潰れて一文無しだったのよ。
変な話だな。
うん。変ね。
変だよ。
何言ってるのよ。
Well, yeah, she doesn't think it's weird. She gets all the stuff. Everybody else, even including young Takagi, agrees there's something hinky about these guys just suddenly coming into more money than they know what to do with. How? Spiderman wants to find out.
魔女の館。近頃あちこちにチェーン店を増やしている店だ。
There's nothing unusual about new nightclubs popping up all over the place, and there's not even anything unusual about the name House of the Sorceress. It's definitely attention-getting. But there is something unusual about the club that Goro just used that special card to get into. That there is the difference between an illegal casino in the United States and one in Japan. In the US, you'll see crap tables, roulette tables, and various card games. In the House of the Sorceress, you get all that, plus bunny races, baby chick races, you name it, these people will bet on it. Goro and Hitami's old friend have both been on a winning streak that nobody sensible would believe is happening legitimately. They have 2 big spiders of some kind in a jar and they're fighting to the death, as I said. I won't show it because to me it looks like nothing but wanton cruelty. And really, if I went in there and I saw that old crone was running things, I'd leave immediately even if I didn't already know she's a machine bem. Spider-Man's wrist device confirms that those guys in suits are Birdman in disguise. Too bad there's not much he can do with all those people in the room. I have an idea. Let me pick you up by your ears and see how you like it. Oh, you don't think you would? Neither do rabbits. Those are not handles, and that does hurt the animal. Don't do it. About the time Spider-Man discovers who these people really are and all, the sorceress detects him. He doesn't know that.
Spider 感覚も効かないぞ。投資も効かない。
Oh, I see. She's a machine gun machine bem. While Spider-Man escapes through an underground passage, let's get the rest of the exposition from the Amazonas.
魔女の館チェーン店は目標500件を達成し、若者たちを狂わせました。彼らは貧しい若者たちでした。持ちつけない大金を手にして有頂天になっています。初めは勝たしてやるのが我々のやり方とも知らず、ひいきなものです。しかし、勝たせてやるのもここまでです。
Winning streaks like these people are having don't happen. Every time I see a story about a casino, I come back to this line.
Imagine a business where people hand you money and you hand them back absolutely nothing.
Even without the Iron Cross Army, they build those places with money from people like Goro who are out to make that big score. They make the big score all right, but they're racking up the points for the casino, not for themselves.
負けたな。
スパイダーマン、
君のやっていることは知っているぞ。もうやめることだな。
ちょっとつかなかっただけだ。
違う。あそこは鉄十字団のアジトだ。負けることになっているんだ。目を覚ませ。
鉄十字団がなんだ。俺は連戦連勝だったんだ。一勝負で何百万も稼いだんだぞ。
今は無一文じゃないか。
They all say that, Goro. Oh, I just had a bit of bad luck, but look at how big I was winning. I can do it again. The part that threw me a little was when he said he doesn't care if it's the Iron Cross Army. Really? Most everybody knows a little bit about them now, and he thinks they are going to play legit? Again, they build those casinos on the backs of suckers like him. Despite Spider-Man's warning, he's prepared to return and win it all back. But he needs something to bet with, and right now he doesn't have 2 yen to rub together. He's going to do something stupid, isn't he? What he took is the deed to the academy. He's going to bet the school on a certain chick that's never lost a race. We watched the sorceress put a whammy on a baby chick that has never won a race, and just as quick as Goro and the rest bet on the favorite, that one wins.
あなたたち何をしてるんですか？ここは私たちの学園ですよ。警察を呼びますよ。
呼んでも無駄さ。もうこの土地も建物もあんたたちのものじゃないんだからな。
そんなバカな。
中村五郎とかいう男がこの学園をかけて負けたのさ。
Oh, a man named Goro bet it and lost? And what authority did he have to sign the deed over to you? I'll give you the answer for free. He didn't. He still doesn't. That guy told Misao they don't own the building or the land anymore. This is where it lost me. I don't care what kinds of papers Goro had with him. None of them have his name on them. In fact, Misao could turn him in for stealing the deed. But more important, Japanese real estate laws don't work like this. My neighbor across the street has a house on a lot. His deed gives him ownership of both the house and the land. In Japan, it's different. Ownership of the land and the things built on it are two different things. One entity can own the land while someone else owns the buildings. And just like in the United States, before any real estate changes hands, the law requires a title search to make sure the seller actually owns what they're selling. Any title search on this would have revealed the problem. But everybody's attitude seems to be, well, nuts. Goro blew it for all of us and we just have to go with it. Takia and Shinko are racing over there to try and help somehow.
お兄ちゃんやっつけてよ。
おう、やる気か。
鉄十字団の悪逆非道を目の前にしながら、拓也はみんなの前ではスパイダーマンであることを隠さねばならない。
このふぬけめがだからだよ。
お兄ちゃん、もうなんでだらしないの？
I'm ready to send Shinko to bed without supper. She keeps telling him to do something, but even if he didn't have a secret identity to protect, what does she expect him to do? There's 4 of them and 1 of him. If I'm in his place, I'm saying, hey sis, you want to fight with 4 guys so bad, you do it. There's nothing he can do except get himself beaten into summer sausage. Goro can't believe this is happening, and he's dumb enough to show himself here and try to apologize.
みんなゴロお兄ちゃんがいけないんだ。バカ！
すまん。みんなすまん。
五郎君。
ゴロお兄ちゃん。ゴロお兄ちゃん。
Since Goro's legs are twice as long as his, the boy will give up the chase. Takia, not so much. He can change to Spider-Man, take to the rooftops, and track Goro wherever he goes. He heads straight to the casino, but it's gone and the building is empty. Looks like they even cleaned up the bunny and chicken poop.
そうだ。エイジ。
ああ、お前か。また元の部屋前戻っちゃったよ。
負けたのか？
スカンピンさ。今夜食うもんもないよ。
カジノはどこ行ってたんだ？教えてくれ。
もんなしになったやつは入れてくんないぜ。
入れてくれなくたって入る。金を取り戻すんだ。お前が最後に行った場所を教えてくれ。
It's not unusual for illegal operations like this to change location periodically, and against his better judgment, Eiji tells him where the most recent one was. Eiji is back in his cruddy apartment with no money and no food. He's done with the whole thing. I think he foresees the same fate for Goro. Goro just doesn't know it yet. There's nothing at that place, so Goro doesn't know what to do now. He still doesn't know Spider-Man is tailing him.
All right.
Spider's string at the gun might have been more effective, but we need to get Goro out of the picture for now, so shooting him in the shoulder will do it. He tells Spider-Man he really did just want to give something back to the school that raised and cared for him. He's for real. This isn't about greed. It's about caring for his brothers and sisters back at the academy. Time, Goro. Give them your time. Remember how Takaya was tussling with the kids at the beginning of the episode? They'll remember those things long after they've forgotten whatever trinkets you gave them. You can put a price on trinkets. You can't put a price on time invested in children. Especially children like these who have nobody else but each other. They don't need your money. They need you, their big brother. Spider-Man says, an ambulance will be here soon, so sit tight. Now about that shooter.
そうか。鉄十字団が誰にも気づかれず、次々と店を移っているのは地下道を利用しているからなんだ。
No duh, they're using underground passages. He already used one of them himself to escape from the Birdman. I'm not sure why it wouldn't occur to him that they might have a whole bunch of them.
Spider 感覚に感謝。
Earlier in the fog, he said his spider sense wasn't working. I guess moisture from the fog seeped into it and shorted something out.
突き止めたぞ。いなき子供たちのために涙を流す男、スパイダーマン。
I like how he always does at least 4 action poses before he actions. Hey, we have to do something during those opening chords. I'm only slightly exaggerating when I say I could watch those Spider-Man effects all day. They continue to be the best I've seen. But those guys are the small fry. He's after the sorceress, who's now trying to lose herself in those underground tunnels. He won't catch up with her for a while because we have lots of music to play, including...
誰も知らない街角にキラリと光る怒りの目悲しみこらえともも捨てて悪を探り空かけるスパイダーストリングス Change the pardon
including the second verse of the theme song. We don't get to hear that very often. Translated, it says a lot of the same things the first one says, but the music and our man's voice are just so good, I don't care. Spider-Man. The music and the effects combine to make something that's genuinely fun to watch. The final score is Spider-Man 10, Birdman 0. I think the Birdman's coach is displeased. She's so displeased she didn't even let us watch her grow. That was rude.
Spider Machine GP7!
GP7 links up with Marveler, and as the man says, let the battle begin.
Marveler, カノン発射!
As I said, let the battle end. That may be the wussiest machine bem yet. We didn't need Leopardon, Sword Vigor, or any of it. Marveler's cannons did the job in 2 volleys. And for someone called the Sorceress, her only weapon was a machine gun walking stick. If there was something magical about it, we'll never know because, I don't know, maybe she used it wrong.
スパイダーマンの活躍によって小さな学園は守られた。子供たちもゴローも決してお金では買えない愛を見つけた。
Look at that. Goro took my advice and he's spending time with the kids. That's good. And I still can't buy that he was able to gamble the school's deed away. It doesn't work like that. Misao said she was going to call the police, and she should have. All they would have needed to do is take one look at that deed and realize the guys in suits didn't have any kind of legal claim to the property. Suspension of disbelief has to happen within a believable framework. For me, that even overshadows any kind of advice I could give about the dangers of gambling. All that might happen to that illicit casino is the police break it up and arrest a few people. But what Goro did has a way worse danger because that'll get the lawyers on your back. Even the Amazoness is afraid of them.
闇深く響く地獄の足音模様の下眠る父よ
In any In any multi-episode, good grief, I can't even get the first sentence out. Standards we've come to effect just doesn't measure up to the standards we've come to God, why do I keep doing that?